When I was thinking about this topic, I tried to imagine myself in your shoes. As an author, what would I find the most valuable when it comes to talking about trends and insights? First, I thought about the trends that matter and how do they matter? What are they good for? Then I thought about Carrie. This is Carrie. She lives on a mountaintop in Tasmania, Australia. She is a graphics author on Envato elements. She describes herself as a visionary who is inspired by nature and well-designed systems. Like nature, she believes that everything has a reason for being there. Everything has a place. Through her work, she's learned to watch rising trends and combine her items with her own interests, understanding how they can be used for all different kinds of businesses and industries. She loves her work because she can make these connections. So how does this happen? Let's explore that further. Each year, we see how trends impact our visual environment in a new and exciting way. I've spoken to many authors who, like Carrie, have told me that they have mixed feelings when it comes to trends. Do you feel the same way when you think about trends? Suka nggak suka? Suka dong ya. This is where understanding which trends matter and how they matter becomes important. Trends alone can give you the confidence and data about where interest is growing and why, but its success as a selling tool depends on how well you can respond to these trends. This includes things like marketing your item, learning from past and future trends, and understanding what you love to do. This is what we will be exploring today. My name is Sarah, and I work as the Author Development Coordinator at Envato. In my role, I've worked on a number of projects exploring the value of trends for your development as authors. Alongside myself, I'd like to introduce Andrew Hobson. He is the Content Insights Specialist at Envato. He is the reason that you have all of your item insights in your Elements email every month. Together, we've worked on a number of projects focused on delivering trends and insights to authors. What we've found here is that making connections between trends, the industry, your customers, and what you love to create is the key to success. So to get started, I wanted to review 2019. Our team have looked at data across platforms to wrap up our top marketplace trends in 2019. Just to let you know, this is a quick snapshot, and we'll be releasing all of the trends you hear today and more in our Creative Trends Guide around February 2020. So getting started with insights from 2019, here are the top 5 trending style searches across Envato this year. These include isometric drawings, comic style, neon, glitch, and cyberpunk. Did anyone sell any items this year that fit into any of these trends? Now moving on to cross-site trends, we're seeing a rise in search volume for items related to a number of popular themes, including podcast. Podcast is the highest trending search term in this category. Esports, this is trending across marketplaces, and we're also seeing terms like gamer and gaming trending as well. For era, we're seeing search demand for the 80s and 90s. Quiz and geographic regional terms. So this reflects a lot of the demand for specific localized regional content around the globe. Moving on to top trending technology and platform searches, I wanted to take a closer look at social media trends from this year. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook continue to rank as the most popular sites for creative content, both in the industry, but also backed up by what people are purchasing on Envato's marketplaces, as you've heard from Brett. Interestingly, Code Canyon is the site where the smaller social media platforms get searched. So this includes Snapchat, Messenger, TikTok. So this means they cover more social media sites, unlike other marketplaces. When comparing Facebook and TikTok, we found that Facebook is ranked number 3 in terms of searches, and TikTok is ranked number 350. However, there are only 2 items related to TikTok on Code Canyon, therefore much less competition. This is an example of a unique opportunity in the market and how watching changes in the industry can be valuable as they grow in popularity. Does that make sense? Yeah? Okay. So if you can see on this graph here. Okay. Okay, tenang ya. Aku show you. Okay. There's Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, the top 3. So you can see that most of the marketplaces cover this. Interestingly, Code Canyon is the one that covers most of them. And TikTok is the one that I mentioned before is growing. TikTok is actually growing more than Instagram. So that's an example of having a look at the marketplace and making sure that you're watching social platforms that are growing, even though they're not popular on the marketplace yet. Now looking ahead in 2020, we've asked our content specialists to share their insights on their top predictions in the industry. I hope these inspire and guide you in your future work. Photo. In photos, we can see the impact of social media and online advertising in the marketplace. We see rising trends for portrait and square photos. We see trends in drone photography. We see a rise in people power related photos. And we see a rise in artificial intelligence. Moving on to video, we predict trends in fluid or liquid animation, gradients, bold colors and textures, and vertical video, also related to the social media trends that are rising. Graphics. Moving on to graphics, we predict some exciting movements and changing technologies which will impact the graphics landscape in 2020. These include UX illustration, 70s vintage, augmented reality, and with Illustrator and Photoshop for iPad coming out, we believe this is going to be popular for people who create and upload stock while traveling, presenting opportunities to design on the go. Lastly, we have brutalist, or anti-design. Moving on to audio, we will continue to need music to support some of our highest in-demand industries, and these will be popular among various styles. This includes tech, sports, travel, and corporate. Udah. Yeah. Moving on to web in 2020, we predict some shifts across design trends, popular niches, and trends specifically within the WordPress ecosystem. This includes movement and animation combined, a shift towards the use of increasingly larger images. Isometric and 3D images have particularly been in demand. Site building tools. This means an increase towards modern site building tools and frameworks, with Elementor being the most popular on market. Lastly, in code, we are predicting some growing demands in 2020. So with the public's confidence around the internet companies getting worse, expect a trend where your customers demand privacy-supportive applications. So this means you need to make sure your items are GDPR approved and let your customers know that. With foldable phones just starting to appear, there's going to be demand increasing for fully built mobile apps as well as UI collections. Flutter is the next trend, which we believe promises incredible development as well. And as the future of gaming continues to grow, we believe esports will be trending, especially as video games get more advanced in 2020. Okay, so what's next? Now that you've had a rundown of the top learnings from 2019 and our upcoming trends for 2020, I wanted to share some opportunities to keep in mind when creating and marketing your items. We've been working hard to bring trends and insights to the forefront so that authors like yourselves can act on the demand from customers. We've recently begun launching content challenges and creative briefs through our blog. Have any of you seen it? Pernah ke blog? Enggak. Sometimes. Okay. So these projects use search data to provide authors with customer insights to fuel inspiration for new items. This is to help diversify the content we have and take it to the next level. This is really important because the top feedback we receive from customers is that there's not enough diversity in our content. Whether that's within a theme or industry or in authentic content. They want something that's different. Customers also want options when they enter our marketplaces, and it takes a team effort to do this. We'll be releasing our next challenge and creative brief in the next few months, so I'd encourage you to get involved and go on the blog more than sometimes. So as you know, trends are only as good as the effort you put into people helping to find your items. Don't forget to promote the work that you do with these trends too. A few ways to do that are sharing your story, understanding your brand and how you present your items, marketing opportunities. We regularly run promotional activities and source featured items via callouts that you can nominate for. Has anyone ever had a featured item? Enggak? Bisa dengar? Bisa ya? These can be anything from a targeted email campaign, blog interviews with featured items, through to a large customer campaign for Cyber Monday. So I would encourage you to nominate your items for this next year. So loud. So I'd like to go back to Carrie's story now. Her success on our marketplaces wasn't only about her ability to create inspiring items. It was also her ability to get her items in front of customers. She was able to respond to trends by recognizing that a trend never works alone. Carrie has connected trends and opportunities with her skills, with what she loves to create. This maximizes the most value from her time. This process to see the big picture is something that we can all learn to do. I wanted to take you through this really interesting style of Venn diagram. It's based on a Japanese concept called Iki Guy. Has anyone heard of it? Good. This translates to a reason for being. This process helps to challenge the way we respond to trends. More specifically, its reason for being in connection to our skills, our customers, and the opportunities that are out there. As Carrie said before, everything has a reason for being, and you need to question those things in your work, in everything that you do. Using this Ikigai as a guide will help you to make connections when looking at trends and find that unique path to success. So this includes what you love doing, what inspires you, what customers need, and what opportunities will help you get there. When you look at this diagram, my question is for you. What inspires you? What do you love to create? What does the world need? What opportunities do you see? What is your reason for being? Like Carrie, you can learn to add parts of yourself through an idea and share it with the world. But most importantly, you want to share it to a world that wants it and that can connect to it. That's what trends are good for. Makasih.
Wow, wow, wow.